I am not the only one. They have killed their babies. Nah, like when you don't know. No, I am not the only one. And I do believe I've met people that they have done the same thing too also. That they have tormented the same way that they have tormented me. Mariama. Yeah, they did it to her too. She was an old friend from Guinea. I met her through the hospital actually. She too had sickle cell, they said. And Konsi too. I met her there. I've forgotten where she came from. Oh, was it Kenya? Maybe Burundi. Nah, but somewhere from there. Anyways, I met her too through the hospital. She too, they say, has sickle cell, and she said they both of them, anyways, had problems getting pregnant, or like she couldn't see even when she was pregnant. Consi, anyway, when she was pregnant, she couldn't. She took pregnancy tests, but they came out negative. But she was still not feeling good. So she went to the hospital there too. They took pregnancy tests and all. They said they couldn't see anything until they did like an ultrasound on her. Then they heard the heartbeat. But she was persistent that also she was pregnant. The way she was feeling, she was persistent that time. And then, because I think they had done it before, but she wasn't persistent. But this time, she was getting more wiser, I believe. So she was persistent, and that's how she could keep both of her babies. Else they were not gonna let her have her babies. No. Even, but Mario is a man. They put him in a wheelchair. They did, but I think he can still walk, but not like fully. His legs are not strong. They're weak. His legs are weak. He has sickle cell too. He said before he could walk perfect. He was normal. He was good, and it was like he had like he fell into a coma. I don't know exactly what happened, but he fell into a coma, and they said like the position he was laying, like he flattened one of his hip balls. You know, the balls that we have like by the hip, the kulor. He got flattened out. I don't know how that is possible when it's like a bone. And nothing really heavily was pressed on it. But that's what they told him. And he too has been doing this blood transfusion. I think he's still doing it. So, Mario. It was one time we went out together. And we have been out together a few times, but this night we had fun, really. And we were at a club in Medborgarplatsen. Not too far from the hotel room that me and Cindy went to. And it's the tallest building there in Medborgarplatsen, where they have the restaurant. There's like a restaurant in the last floor. Yeah, in there they had a hotel room. I don't remember the name, but there's like a pub not so far from there. And we were there that night. Had fun, dance. I was dancing on him. He was the luckiest man in that room, I could say, and he was in a wheelchair. I was dancing on him, making out and all. But I got lit. He was like supplying the drinks, or his friends were like bringing the drinks and stuff. I got lit. And he lives in Svedmyra, and I live in Rågsved, so it's the same line. We took the train together, but once I was in the train, I started feeling really, really bad. Like I wanted to throw up. I felt choked up, really choked up. And once we get to a station, I just like held the door and puked. I really puked. And then he was like, "Are you sure you're gonna go home?" I wanted to go home. I was like, "Yes, I'm gonna go home." But he was like, "You can spend the night at my place." And he had it in trea, so he had like the living room and the room empty, and then where he slept. And yeah, I was like, "I think I'm gonna go home." But it's like, "No, you can spend the night at my place. You can sleep in the one room, and you go home in the morning, because I don't want to leave you to go home like this." And I was like, it felt like he was being cared, as he was giving consent. Because normally when we go out together, I just go home, he get off, and I continue home. But this day I wasn't feeling right, and that was the first time I puked. Like when we have gone out together, and I've gotten that drunk, or maybe they put something in my drink. Now that I'm thinking about it, but I agreed with him, and I went off the train. We went to his place. And I slept. He showed me the room anyway, and then he gave me a blanket. I slept there, but once I woke up, he was lying behind me. And when I went to bed, he was not there. Nah, he did not go. He went to his. He gave me the room. Also, he showed me the room and everything, and then he went. To his room, I guess. But whilst I was sleeping, deep, he came and decided to lie down beside me. It was when I woke up in the morning. I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "How did you get here?" Kind of. And he had like a sort of boner in a way. I was like, "Whoa!" Try to push it. I got up. I went to the bathroom, and then try to find a way to like just leave there. And I don't know exactly what he did, but I had all my clothes on. I didn't take them off. I didn't sleep. No, I had everything on. The only thing I took off was my shoes and jacket. Mario. I liked him. He was a funny guy. Bright also. Like my hair, fake. Yeah, I'm not the only one that they have done it to. It's got me thinking, like, what if Mario was like doing this bone marrow, this blood transfusion thing, and they had needles in him, and then someone was like fucking him the same time, and then something went wrong. Then from then his legs were not as strong anymore, because where they're putting the thing, the whatsoever it is to change the blood, it's a very sensitive part of the body, like very sensitive. I don't know. And even Mario, I saw a video. It's funny. I'm playing, how do you call it? It was Candy Crush. Yes, like to I had used all my hearts, and to get like an extra heart so that I can continue playing the game. I can watch like watch like a little bit of advert, 30 seconds advert, and behold, poof, there Mario popped up. In his wheelchair, and some guy pushing him around. I don't remember if he was in Gröna Lund or something, as some type of advert. I was like, whoa, Mario. Wagwan, yeah. Oh, these people. I believe he lied and said he slept with me. He perhaps did, also like spiritually. People, it seems like, but I don't really know how they do it in that way. But they take something from you whilst you're asleep, or if they're sleeping close by. Or maybe I give them a dream, I don't know. But after then, he started doing music, or like wanted to also do it. He started talking about DJing anyways. And they started a group and everything. Like he started doing that. I started doing music. He invited me one time in one of his parties, actually, Halloween party, and I went there. And there I met, I met some few people actually. I even met one guy that I met, or we went like on a fika date, you could say. A Swedish guy, tall, tattooed, but it was more like this skate boy. I thought, he was more free, very free spirit, you could say. Very. But we only met that one time. So went only then. And it was polite, though. It was kind. We had, it wasn't like, it didn't feel like he was interested. It just felt like it just a conversation he wanted to have. Even me. Also, I wasn't interested. We just talk, getting to know someone new. And it was a good conversation. We talked, and then afterwards he went his way, I went my way, but we didn't talk much. I don't know exactly what happened. I don't remember what happened. But yeah, Instagram, we're just liking each other's thing we post. I was done. And even, there was another guy also. But I'd met him, also I'd known him a long time, since Mashta times, that I would see him there. He was friends with Niawa's brother, Campus. We were friends with him. No, it's not BM Fair. It's another, I've forgotten his name. But yeah. He was also there. He went there with his baby mama now. They have a kid together. And he too. I started seeing him from Hagdal and started popping. And he was like, hey, we knew we have hanged around each other. So, and we have had conversation. We have partied together and all. So I was familiar with him. Acquaintance. We were acquainted a few times. Nothing, me and him we never looked at me in that way, so and I never looked at him in that way. I like the Nyawa's brother more, Campus, but he was into light skin. He was really into light skin at those times. I did not, no, I was too black for him. No. Self-hate kind of thing, but hey, we've all been there. Me too. One time. Yeah, me too. They sent him here. They sent him to me. That's why it was popping up. Came to my home the first time. I was like sitting here. He has been here 2 times. Yeah, 2 times. Was it 2 times or 1 time? No, 2. 2 times he has been here. The first time we were talking, and it was I met him on the way. Actually, when we were talking, then he said he was gonna buy something to smoke. I was like, okay, just gonna be home anyways. I was on my way home, so I was just gonna be home. I wasn't going anywhere. He came over after he had gotten what he was looking for. We're sitting here chilling and talking, and it's like we haven't seen each other in a long time, so it was like just catching up, and I was like basically telling him what was going on, like how I felt like I was being gang stalked and bullied and stuff. And I feel like people that I know are like, also I really didn't know them, and they have done me a lot of shit that's not right. And I even told him, I said I did not feel at that time that he has done me anything, like, but after then I started thinking, yeah. They were using him. Even the weed or the hash he came over, they gave it to him. Like that was like his reward. He's hooked. Hooked. He said he was studying, going to school, and bruh, I beg. He bought a house. He sold the house. Brushad. Anyways, don't judge a book by its cover. So I'm not gonna judge, but. Maybe he's speaking it into existence, but you also got to put in the work. I just talking, say you have when you may not have it, but you're not also putting the work to get it. Or if you're putting the work, you're putting a different type of work. He was like talking about how they went on a vacation, not really like a vacation, but like you could say like a mini weekend away. Him and some, I don't know if it was work or something, but or like a group of people. And it's like he was talking, if the only way you could get on, also go on the vacation, was it like if you were gonna fuck. So it was like a big type of orgy vacation, type mini vacation. I was just looking, I was like, wow, okay, interesting. As if he wanted to like tell me you should go on it, you should come, you should join. But he did not. He was not bold enough to say it, so he tried to say it in a different tactic. Like I have had my, how you say it, orgy or whatever. I went on a swingers party one time. A friend of mine, an old friend of mine, Annie Samura, yes, she invited me. She was dating, actually she was together with a guy. She was together with Kalle, but I think they had like an open relationship. He did what he wanted and she did what she wanted. And yeah, and the guy even picked us up from her house, also their house that they were living together. She was living together with her boyfriend. But yeah, she was talking to this new guy, and then this guy picked us up. And this guy was into the swinger thing. And Annie knows I'm very open-minded, and we talked about basically anything whilst we were friends. And this guy had brought it up to her, and she asked me if I was interested in going, because I think he wanted her to bring someone, and I was like, yes. I went the same day or the next day. It was gonna be also in the weekend. I went to LA to Farsta. I bought myself like a really nice lingerie, or how do you say, bodysuit kind of lingerie, and yeah, I was excited, like 50 Shades of Grey, and like my mind was going all tops as a dungeon kind of experience. But it's like when I got there, it was a house, but it was much more older people. But and the guys, they were, the guy that we went with, he was also the most handsome one in the room, you could say. Also that I saw anyways. Everyone, not exactly everyone, but we had like little mask. Ah, but I think I took mine off later on because it was choking my eyes. So I was like, I took it off, but not everyone had them. Yeah. And I had my little experience with two people there, the guy that we went with, and then another guy, and then with a lady. But the lady, she was together with with the guy, one of the other guy that I was with. So I don't know if she was like how you say, a slave. She basically she did what he said. He t- he told her to come and eat me up, and she was eating, but she wasn't doing it as if she wanted to. It felt uncomfortable, so I was like, okay, thank you, girl. No, we're good. And me and my friend make out, but we didn't go further than that. And that was my experience, and I was good with it. They even had like a group you could keep in contact and like know when they're gonna have those type of parties. I was in the group probably like a month, and then I was like, no, it didn't feel right. Even they had like another group also, like you can meet and have like sugar daddy, sugar baby kind of thing. She showed me the group also. I was there, but it was nah. It didn't feel right. I talked to a guy actually. We were supposed to meet everything. I did not go. I blocked. I blocked him. When I like went and checked, he was like, "You could have told me," and everything. I was there making a fool out of myself. I didn't see. I waited, and he wrote. He wrote. I did not. I did not say it. That's why he was like blocked. I did not even send him anything that I wasn't gonna come. It just felt like nah. It didn't feel right. It never felt right. And by also, I had fun on the swingers thing, but that was a one-time thing. It's like I experienced things. Also, one time, if it's for me, then I know it's for me. If it's not for me, then I know it's not for me. And then some things I can just see and be like, no, this is not for me. Like, and keep it moving. But that was the only, and I was not gonna be a part of that. Nah. No. So, bye bye. Ah, you got a good story now. Hey. Okay, guys. But this, they are lying. They are lying. They are.